Welcome, everyone. This is the Film Threat Livecast on a Friday. Today on the show, Alien Romulus is in theaters, and we are about to give our spoiler-filled review. You will be warned. You will be warned. Plus, a bunch of news stories. A lot of the news stories center on buckets, popcorn buckets. But other movies have opened in theaters today. My Penguin Friend, a Chinese film called Twilight of the Warriors, walled in. Good Bad Things, Skincare is opening in theaters, and we have the director talking to us today. Plus, Caligula, the Ultimate Cut. What did Alan think? There was a lot of nudity. What does Alan think about that? We will soon find out. Plus, your comments, your concerns. Did you get a bucket? I'm not sure if you did. Let me know. Let's kick things off. Oh my god. I need more coffee. I'm free coffee. Let's go. Where is he?
Yes. Alan.
Hey, man.
Hey.
How you doing?
Please don't do that for the whole entire show.
Right. Right. I'm Brett from Harry Dean Stanton. I think I'm older than Harry Dean Stanton was when he played that part in Alien. So there you go. All right. We both saw the movie. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
Wait, hold that, because we have bucket stories. We'll tell them. Let's see who's here today. Lord Thaw says, game over, man. Game over. MK Solid, they don't know how to end these horror movies anymore. I heard the ending is a mess. Barbarian and Black Phone are also examples. The filmmakers don't realize that we just want cool final boss.
Black Phone had a bad ending.
I liked Black Phone.
Yeah, I like Black Phone.
The Brujo says, get away from Gore, you wing. And I'm going to hold all your Alien Romulus comments to when we discuss that topic. Alan has some amazing news stories before we get to the main event. But Lord Thaw says, a little reminder, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, sign up as a member, join us on X, Discord, Rumble, and Instagram, and buy our merch at shop.filmthreat.com. In fact, you should know we have very special products from our shop, including a Ripley approved Alien logo inspired shirt, Beetlejuice inspired shirt, Rocky Horror Picture Show, other logos from our logo collection. Our shop is on fire. Go to shop.filmthreat.com and support us. That's what you can do. We appreciate it. So there we are. Alan, let's get to our first news story.
Yes. Let me
Hollywood is getting eaten up. This was really interesting story that you put in our planning document. I do appreciate that. If you'd bring up the story.
Yeah, I'm just formatting this. Okay.
Are you just speaking your inner monologue? I'm going to find the story and then
keep talking. You know, when it's silent, keep talking. And I go, okay.
Oh my God.
So let's get it started.
Oh my. Hey, it's Friday. I'm in a good mood. Even though I'm pre-coffee. Okay. So George Clooney has thoughts on Hollywood. He has some thoughts. This is from IndieWire. I actually think that he doesn't say these words, but if you could read what he says, and I will interpret and tell you what he means. And we've been saying this a long time. Go ahead, Alan, if you would.
Let's do this. George Clooney is lamenting conglomerates taking over Hollywood. The actor told GQ UK that Studio Paramount, which has long been on the market, is akin to a mom and pop shop nowadays. Paramount's one of the great original studios, but some of it you just have no say in. because the business, it's always getting eaten up. It's like everything. It's all getting eaten up by big Walmarts and Amazons around the world. Our version of mom and pop shops in the small town is Paramount. Of course, Amazon bought out MGM Studios and has its own Amazon Studios. It also has a streamer, Prime Video. Walmart, meanwhile, has not quite gotten into the filmmaking realm yet, aside from Pitch Perfect Faux, Mean Girls sequel, featuring most of the 2004 cast. Clooney continued that the studios are not as invested in actors anymore compared to the days of old Hollywood. They haven't developed stars the way the studio system used to. We kind of were at the very end of that, where you could work at a studio, do 2, 3, or 4 films, and there was some plan to it. And I don't think that's necessarily the case anymore. So it's harder for you to sell somebody something on the back of a star. He added, but it's a great time as a young actor, because when I was a young actor, if you looked at the back of the LA Times every Monday morning, they had 64 shows that were made. And of those 64 shows, if you're actually on one of them, you're trying to be on the top 20 to keep your show on the air, but that was it. Then the studio were doing 5 films a year, and there were 600 shows, so there was a lot of work for actors.
Well, here's what he means. There's 2 takeaways from this. One, the studios are not developing new talent.
Mm-hmm.
Not bringing up talent. You know, you do a small romantic comedy, you do a little thriller film here, you build up actors that learn the business and get good at being on camera. The bigger comment, the industry is becoming too corporate.
Mm-hmm.
Corporations are gobbling things up, and they are all data driven. You don't, roll the dice and take a risk on a young filmmaker like a George Lucas or a Steven Spielberg. And then it's not about just taking a risk on people like that, which is what the studios did early in their careers, but you let them do what they want. You give them creative freedom. There is no creative freedom. I think that will come up later today when we talk about Romulus, Alien Romulus, but it's the industry is becoming way too corporate. And look, the biggest streaming service next to YouTube is Netflix, and they are very data driven. So he's very astute, but it's like, dude, everything's too corporate. Indie films are not corporate. Do something outside the system. The studios can buy an indie movie and release it, but work outside the system. That's where all creativity lies. And anyone working today that is creative, like a Chris Nolan, he eschews or he stands apart from the big studios. He does his thing, and it's like, here's this movie I made. Maybe you can make some money from it. We'll see. I mean, Nolan's a whole separate thing. But what I'm saying is the people that succeed are the ones that shun corporatism. What is your interpretation of this?
Yeah, again, Hollywood's not the dream. It is becoming too corporate. The biggest problem was, these corporations buying the old studios, and not because they wanted to make more movies. It's because they wanted the content. They wanted the library. There's value in that. And, when you have Apple, when you have Apple, who's a computer, company, phones, programming, and the like, they don't know anything about making movies. And so again, that's where he's right. The movie industry is not being nurtured. It's not being grown. And I think that's where indie film has to step in and say, all right, we're gonna take a step back. And it's sad. I think the only solution is for indie filmmakers you're gonna have to make your movie apart from the system. You're just not gonna get Hollywood money anymore. You're gonna have to find a different way to get your movies funded, make a great movie, and then if you're lucky, you'll hit the jackpot, and then one of the big studios or the big streamers will buy it from you, and then you can go and make your new one.
Look, Clooney is smart. He has a producing partner named Grant Heslov, who I knew back in the day. in the early 2000s. Grant Hesloff made an indie film that I programmed at a festival. Grant became friends with Clooney. They make movies together.
Yeah.
Clooney's smart. He knows that. He's also
but Clooney has.
he's also worked with Steven Soderbergh.
Mm-hmm.
He has to recognize this. Separate yourself, create a new thing, get a fund, and take some risks on smaller films.
Yeah, but what the advantage Clooney has is he has access to that money, to that Hollywood money. You know, I think he has to start the ball rolling. He has to create the nest egg, but he can get to the table, which not a lot of filmmakers can do. Soderbergh, Soderbergh, God love him. He became famous. He became rich from being famous, and now he can do his own thing. It's just tougher nowadays, and you've got to be that guerrilla filmmaker nowadays if you want to get your film made and get it out there. I think the other big problem is, not only does Apple own a production company, but they own distribution. They own distribution for a lot of movies, it's just a matter of time before they buy some movie chain so that they can show their movies. I mean, I don't know if you noticed this, but all those mystery movies, the Monday night mystery movies, they're all Apple movies.
Right. All right, let's go to your comments here related to this. Spidey Sensei 72, I see your comment. We're gonna get to that, I promise you. Bill S. Preston Esquire, George Clooney can pound sand. Solomon Thornton, Mr. Clooney, aka best Batman ever. Not sure I agree.
Well, nipple Batman.
True. David B. Hollywood has always been owned by conglomerates. Lol. Yes, but it was also populated by people who understood film and read books and understood movies. The current people in corporate Hollywood do not understand movies. They're corporate in a sense, or you could slot them in at any company and they could do the job, but they don't understand the thing. Axel's Abode became a member. Check out our exclusive videos. And Thomas Pickett for 5. It isn't Amazon or Walmart. It is BlackRock and Vanguard. And they get enough stock to have a meaningful vote. Yes, true. So there you go. All right. We have another news story. We have a couple news stories before let's talk about this X-Men thing, Alan. So
fuck Disney.
Why would you say that?
Let's fucking go.
Alan, are you okay?
I am so fucking Todd Ed. My Dixie wrecked.
Can we just get to the new?
Can Glenn actually produce the show and stop working on these videos?
All right. I saw this on social media. The X-Men 97 creator, Bo DeMaio, he hasn't said everything yet. He's teased some things that will be revealed. He says he was fired for egregious misconduct and for some social media posts. Alan, if you would read this, the meat of this story, and we'll show that the offending post.
Okay, so Bo DeMaio, the original showrunner behind X-Men 97, alleges that Disney did more than just fire him a week before the series' March premiere. But Marvel has a different story. DeMaio wrote on an X post on Thursday evening that while he is so grateful to have worked on X-Men 97, it's now pressing for me to speak in the wake of leaving the show. These people writing. Let's see. Then he wrote on June 13th, Marvel sent a letter notifying me that they stripped my season 2 credit due to X-Men fan art he posted on Instagram for Gay Pride in June.
Here it is from here's the post about this.
Yeah.
So that's what he posted.
That's egregious misconduct.
Right. Anyways, if you would continue.
Okay, so the next paragraph basically describes the image you're showing. Statement provided by Entertainment Weekly. A Marvel Studios spokesman says Mr. DeMeo was terminated in March 2024 following an internal investigation. Given the egregious nature of the findings, we severed ties with him immediately, and he has no further affiliation with Marvel. Additionally, a source with knowledge of the investigation tells EW that the investigation involved sexual misconduct. Following his firing, DeMeo breached the termination agreement multiple times, the source says, which led to his removal from the credits of season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he is. I don't know if this is everything. Meaning, this is what he's alleging.
Yeah.
He was let go very unceremoniously.
Now, I have responses to his response to that.
Okay.
Yeah. So the back and forth between DeMeo and Marvel continued, with DeMeo later tweeting a response to the studio statement, writing, "The truth will be revealed. After their Disney Plus disaster, Marvel wants to mislead with alleged contract breaches over tweets. It's tragic. It's come to this, but unsurprising. Stay tuned. This is their Disney/Marvel usual playbook. Legal letters, as well as other items to prove their long-standing pattern to follow." DeMeo added in a separate tweet, "It's about finding a safe outlet. Thanks for your faith and patience." So he's saying that he's being set up that they wanted to get rid of him, and they found they edited things together to make it look like he committed sexual misconduct. I'm not going to say
it's possible. I mean, critically speaking and fan speak, X-Men 97 was well liked. People were initially very standoffish, but that season that came out of X-Men 97, people really enjoyed it. I mean, there were a few little things that could be annoying, but for the most part, it was well received. Now, it didn't get the numbers, right? It didn't get the numbers, but you know, they maybe he was rocking the boat. Maybe he wasn't towing the company line, but you know, I don't know. You gonna fire him for this?
Well, I think
it's kind of, this art is kind of dumb.
Yeah, it is kind of dumb. I mean, but the
whatever.
Thing is,
so what? So what?
Yeah,
it's not a big deal.
I mean, it's like, oh, we're gonna make Cyclops gay and black,
sexy Scott Summers.
It's clearly fanfic or fan art, and look, I think someone had an interview with him, and the implication was that he was towing the "let's stick with the lore" line, and Disney wouldn't have it, which was interesting because with the original X-Men series, the entire staff was willing to quit over the fact that Fox wanted to turn X-Men into Super Friends, and the staff said, no, we're going to stick with the lore. We're going to use the comic books as our script, and they relented, and that's why the original X-Men animated series turned out the way it did.
Right. All right. Well, this is a developing story. We will stay on top of it. We've got a lot of stories, so we got to move along quick. We have a lot of reviews. So
by the way, if you look at his X feed, it's mostly pictures of him shirtless at the gym, like other X creators we know.
I'll do you a favor and I won't show it.
Yeah.
Let's go to comments here. Black Phone was rather great. The 70s aesthetic was amazing. I found the ending weak when we discovered that Ethan Hawke was just kind of an idiot, says MK Solid for $4.99. Thank you for that. Good day, gents, says Skiz Spivak Esquire for $13.99 Canadian. Thank you. Am I supposed to laugh or cry at this pic? Says Fresh. No. I was a member. Release the McCracken. I think that there's more to this. They just aren't saying. Yeah. That is what I think. There is 100. Way more to this. Spidey Sensei 72. Have you guys heard the brewing news between Disney and Bo DeMaio? It's getting spicy. Yes. He got Caranoed. Oh, that may be a new word now. Caranoed.
Yeah, because he is leaning so hard into it. He's almost daring Disney to produce what they have. To give the exact reason, and look, he's very confident that whatever Disney produces, he can stand behind.
All right, Alan, we have to do these stories quicker.
Okay,
because we have like 6 reviews and 2 more news stories. I would normally put that in the private chat, but just a reminder.
I know. Go, move on.
This is just a reminder.
Right. And we could talk about it more. My Dixie wrecked.
Why would you say that when I'm trying to tell you something serious?
I know. Well, it turns me on. Let's fucking go.
I love our new clips. Thanks, Glenn.
We're gonna get demonetized because you're doing.
Hey!
Let's fucking go. We're barely 20 minutes in, man, and we're just swearing all over the place.
All right. Let's pivot. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about Alien Romulus. This story hit. Alien Romulus made the chestburster even more epic, according to a report. Alan, you got to explain this one to me. Okay, we're going to talk about the movie in a minute, but explain this. I need to have this explained to me.
Okay, let me get to the moment here. I'll just say it's in the headline, so we'll bring that up. If I can find the right button. Yeah, there we go. How Alien Romulus made the chestburster even more epic. There's not one frame of CGI.
Well, there wasn't in the original chestburster either.
Right, and I think that's the point. We'll get into this with the review, but Fede Alvarez, you watch it, you know that most of this movie is practical.
Right.
We could talk about the CGI later, but it is that there has to be that shift. There has to be a shift where great filmmakers say CGI is just not doing it for us, and that we're going to build miniatures, we're going to build actual monster puppets, and we're going to actually burst through people's actual chests.
Right.
We're going to actually have murder on in our movie. Sorry, my phone's going off.
Right.
But you want me to read it or you want to comment?
Yeah, right. Read it.
Okay. Every once in a while, a film should put a new spin on things that make you think, oh, now I'm looking at the real version of this. Until Terminator 2, there was a standard sound for gunshots that everyone used. Then James Cameron showed up. I still have fresh memories of hearing that first Beretta that they shoot at the mall. Suddenly, it was this pop, very high-end sound with no low end. Watching that, I remember feeling that we've all seen guns being shot a million times. Even that can always be done better. Alvarez wanted to apply that same attitude to his new sequel, Alien Romulus. Has versions of familiar scenes you've seen before in the previous films, but with the dial turned way up. Take the chestburster, for example, the embryonic xenomorph emerging violently from John Hurt's chest in the original Alien is as iconic as anything in cinema, and some version of it has appeared in every franchise sequel or prequel since then. Alien Romulus naturally has a chestburster scene because viewers might ask for a refund without one, but Alvarez's version had an extra element adding on top of the central body horror. Instead of taking place at a dinner table, Alien Romulus chestburster takes place in a space shuttle, rapidly spiraling out of control and crashing into a massive space station that gives the film its title. We literally vibrated the set, Alvarez said, so the whole cockpit was built on a massive gimbal, so anytime there was a moment where the shuttle crashes into the station, the whole gimbal would shake. When the character falls, it's super violent, and we had to work with stunt doubles, obviously, to do it safely. During the whole birth and everything, all was shaking for real.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, we'll get into it when we talk about the film, but I do admire the fact that a lot of the effects were practical aliens, face huggers, and whatnot. The things I have complaints about. I mean, the look of the film is something that is exceptional.
Mhm.
The problems have nothing to do with that, but I have major problems with this movie when we get to our review very shortly now. We have one more news story, but it's fine. I think the big problem is while it's real, and I think that's great, it's not really scary because we've seen it before.
Mhm.
We've seen it before.
Yeah.
So, but I admire them for like CGI is way overused in films these days. Way overused. I mean, that Snow White trailer is an abomination. It's an abomination. And one thing I'm surprised you have not pointed out. We know how much the animation industry cares about identity. Like if you're a woman animator, you're the only women animators can animate women. Well, did they get midgets to animate the dwarves? No, midget CGI artists. I'm not joking. Midget or little people, if that's the correct term, CGI artists to do the CG on the dwarves in Snow White.
Yeah, because they would understand the nuances of walking into a room, cleaning up a room, how difficult or the challenges little people face when doing that. I can't imagine a full size animator would understand those things. So yes, they should have brought in little
Yeah,
animators.
exactly. So look, kudos for him for not overusing CG. At the same time, there are other problems with this film, and we will get to.
Yeah.
All right, pivoting. I said the M word. Damn
Yes,
it!
you did.
I said the N word.
And we're
M word.
getting demonetized.
I said the M word. All right, we'll get to your comments. I real quick. Real quick. Brock Samsonite. Who'd have thought of practical effects would be a good choice? Lol, sarcasm. In the original Alien, the actors didn't know they were going to get splashed. They were genuinely freaked out, says Bill S. Preston, Esquire. By the way, it smelled bad because they had like real guts and growth. Look, there's a whole documentary about that, about behind that is amazing, but it smelled really bad. Twisted reality. I'll take practical that doesn't look good over CGI that takes away realism. And although derivative production design was peak, says Goober. Thank you for being a member. All right. Our last news story before we get to our review. And Alan, for me, it's all about the buckets.
Yeah.
It's all about the buckets. I have the link. I'll share the link.
Oh my God. Okay.
It's
you have no idea what the conversation was like yesterday.
Oh,
oh my God.
Wait, don't start.
I won't start. I'm just saying this is a real story.
Well, I mean, where the Glenn?
It's in the doc. It's in the doc, and you click the link, and it'll take you to the article.
Yeah, I'm gonna do. I don't see the link in the document.
That's how I literally got to the article from the link in the. So you go to the doc, and where it says Alien Romulus popcorn buckets, there's a link, and then you click that link, and it takes you to the article.
I see it, Alan. Let's go. Let's fucking go. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Alien Romulus is here, one of my all-time favorite films, based on my one of my favorite franchises, Alien and Aliens. And a popcorn bucket to celebrate the release of Alien Romulus debuted, and there are different buckets. I was lucky and fortunate enough to get the AMC bucket because I am an A-list member. Here it is. Oh, here it is. The bucket right here. I was able to obtain this. There are other buckets at other chains. There is the one for the Cinemark. This is the AMC bucket. This is I think it's really cool. It's really cool. This is the bucket for Cinemark, which features the xenomorph, and the
Oh, no.
bucket. Yeah, this one it's. I think that's the coolest one. And here's the bucket for Regal.
No, scroll up. The other one is the bucket for Regal. That's the drink. Scroll up.
Right.
No, scroll up.
Yeah,
That's the Regal one.
there's the Regal. So, yeah, these were these debuted to celebrate the release. I was able to get an AMC one. I drove everywhere Wednesday, Thursday to get the buckets. One, they wouldn't sell me one on Wednesday. No, I'm sorry. We have to wait till Thursday. I was able to obtain my bucket from AMC, but the Regal near me sold them to, they wouldn't sell them. Then suddenly they sold all of them to one guy the day before the movie opened. The Regal 3 blocks from my house. I was so pissed off. I was like, why would you do that? People are coming to your theater. They've heard of these buckets. They're going to go see the movie. What the hell? They are sold out everywhere. Alan, tell us what happened to you.
Yeah, so someone on this stream asked me to go to the Cinemark, which
That was me.
which is a theater I never go to.
Right.
And so I actually had to pay full price for my Alien thing. I show up and I say, "Oh, do you have the Alien popcorn bucket?" And they told me, "No, we sold out that several days ago." So in this article here, it says, when is the Cinemark? Oh, Cinemark hasn't announced when the popcorn bucket will be available. Yeah, so you would think it'd be around, maybe on the day it premiered, maybe that Monday even, but no, it was. I believe what someone said was it was a week before, and people are just going there buying them in bulk.
I think, look, one, you should buy a ticket to Alien Romulus. Another thing, how about one bucket per customer? You don't let dealers walk in and buy all the buckets, and then Alan walks out bucketless. I mean, yeah.
I had to buy my ticket for one, because I'm on the Regal and AMC plan, not the Cinemark, and then I had to buy really crappy pizza for lunch, and
you reviewed the pizza. You reviewed the pizza.
If you go on X, my X account, my pal Al, I review movie theater pizza.
Movie theater, it's all bad.
It's all bad. It's all bad. AMC used to have really good pizza, and then they changed the pizza altogether, and it's horrible.
All right, well, let me just say this. This means a lot to me. The first Alien, I've probably seen that movie over 100 times. Aliens, same thing. All the other Alien movies, I've seen maybe once. Didn't care about them. This was a celebration, and it means even more to me. I'll tell you why. Because Alien was the first horror film I allowed my daughter to see, and we went to see the movie together. Here's the bucket right here. Here's my daughter and I outside the AMC Burbank. She had a chestburster costume she made.
And your grandchild bursting out of.
There we go. Yeah, look at us. So there we are. She was totally into it, but it pisses me off. Like, this was a shared experience, and she really enjoyed the film. I think a lot of it was seeing an Alien movie with her dad in the theater. A few months ago, we actually went to see Alien, the original. She had never seen it in a theater. That movie was so good. Everybody stayed after and just talked about it. It was awesome. But this bucket controversy pisses me off. So thank you to AMC Theaters. F you, Regal. F you, Cinemark.
All right. Do you want me to try to go to Regal today? And
yes.
Because
get two. You know I'm good for it, Alan.
Yeah, no, I know you're good for it.
Yeah.
Because like the baby Deadpool bucket, I believe it's up there. I can't. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Went to Regal on the Friday, so that I would have to go today, and was able to get two. But it was an hour-long line to get to it.
Wow. Well, you're a good friend, and I appreciate it. So, thank
my
you.
daughter doesn't care about popcorn buckets.
You know what we're gonna do? I had a conversation with Atomic Lori, working hard behind the scenes here. And we're going to do our own buckets. We're going to do film threat buckets. We'll do an Allen bucket.
Yeah. The Ing the Merciless bucket.
I am being dead serious. We're going to do film threat buckets. They'll be cheap. They'll be movie themed. They'll be clever, like our shirts at shop.filmthreat.com. So look for it this fall. We're going to source it. They'll be clever. They'll be fun. They'll all be limited edition. But if you pay for one and order it, you'll get your bucket. None of this Regal Cinemark nonsense. So there you go. Let's go to comments here from people. There are some good comments.
Super chat.
Super. Let me start with that. You can read, Alan. Please.
Thomas picking for 2. Bucket Gates.
That's going to be on the thumbnail. Bucket Gate.
KG Jung. It's bad when the bucket is more interesting than the movie.
Well, it's based on a franchise I love.
Yeah. No, the conversation we had over chat yesterday, just about these damn buckets. Nerd Far Away. Oh, that bucket actually kind of freaks me out. That thing looks like it's going to jump off the bucket and attach to my face.
It does that.
Does popcorn actually go into that?
Yes.
Oh, it's the bucket. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, they gave you a bucket. Carlos Alfredo Lopez. Here comes the bucket guy.
Hey.
The Nerd Far Away. OMG. I want an film threat bucket. That will be the one bucket to rule them all. See what I did there?
Yeah, we're gonna do clever. We will do clever film threat buckets, loosely based on things. They'll be way better than these.
Yeah,
so.
They'll be way better. They'll be attainable. Clarence Markwell, the modern version of those old McDonald's plates and glasses that take up space in every attic.
Look, I'm not going to say that I'll be selling these popcorn buckets at a yard sale when I move in 5 years from where I currently live, but I'm saying also that might happen.
Yeah. Well, for me, it takes too much space up on the shelf there. For
some reason I can't. I'm frozen out.
Okay, let me see. Okay, here we go. From Brock Samsonite. They should have made a face hugger mask popcorn bucket that you can wear and just tilt your head back to put popcorn in your mouth. That'd be a good idea.
There you go. My screen is frozen. I can't do anything.
Okay. Shrimboy. I love the popcorn bucket. Movie sucks. All right. Let's see. That's the last popcorn bucket.
All right. Then we have to pivot. Let's pivot now to review. I can't, Alan.
Okay.
I can't control the show.
Okay.
I can't do headlines. I can't share screen.
Do you want to pop out and then pop back in, or was that you or is that Lori?
It's me. I can't. Nothing works on my computer.
All right. Do you want to?
Can you see me?
Yeah, you're fine. You just can't.
No, I can't do anything.
Okay, I'll take care of it. And we hit buttons. Okay. KG Jung, Chris needs a bucket guide. All right, are we doing this? Are we?
Let's do this.
All right. No, you got to do the review banner. Okay, there we go.
All right, Alien Rom.
There we go.
Okay, Alan. Why is this so difficult? This is literally, dude. I've worked in factories. Okay, I've done manual labor jobs.
Says the guy who wants to.
This is the easiest, simple. It's fun. We have a good time. Literally, my screen is frozen and I can't do anything.
Yep. Well, look, it's all there. There.
You are now in 100%.
I'm in control. I'm in charge. I'm the Master Chief. I'm the head honcho. All right, Chris, tell us about what it is. Chris, tell us about Alien Romulus.
I'm frozen.
What are you trying to do that I'm not doing here right now?
I can't do anything. My screen is, everything is frozen on my computer.
Okay.
God.
You need a new computer.
I can't.
Okay.
We
can see
Nothing
you.
Works.
We can see you and we can hear you.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Well,
I can't do anything.
We'll adapt. We'll adjust.
How do I hard reset my computer?
Or maybe you just want to look. I'll just do everything, and we don't have to stop the broadcast until your computer crashes, because we can hear you and we can see you.
It doesn't work. Nothing works.
Yeah, but we can still hear you and see you, so you can keep talking and doing the show. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So just keep the show going, and I'll take care of the rest.
I can't, guys. This is really effed up. I don't know how to like.
Are you able to hear me at all? Okay. Okay, that's it. I don't think you can hear me. Chris, can you hear me? Okay, he can't hear. Are you frozen now? Okay, I think Chris is frozen. Yeah, he looks frozen. All right. So here you go. So let's this is your screen grab right here. Chris looking intently into the computer, wondering what is happening. And what we'll do is I'll just start doing some. I know Captain Fuzz, he's dead, Jim. Okay, there we go. Now Chris is gone. Let's go to your super chat. He'll get back in. Just give him a few minutes. Yeah, here we go. American Dreamer. Chris is fighting off a face hugger. Wow, I'm way too close to this camera. All right. Josh Quails, his computer stroked out. Razor burn, boomers. Yo, you have no idea. Let me see. Are you yeah, if you could star things, that'd be great. Let me see. All right, from Jose Taco. The Regal popcorn bucket was the green glowing face hugger container. Really? Because they were promising. Okay. Well, if that is it, it sucks. Here we go. Sorry, this thing's moving on me. Aaron Sharon, the Allen Show again. That's right. Ed L, please back up Allen. Let's see. See, I'm just clicking things. Here you go. Okay, great. Thanks, Lori. Solomon Thornton, a xenomorph got Chris. Damn it. Blitzy, he is gone. Yeah, we have no idea where he's gone. Eric Shosted, finally, the Allen Show. Yes, you're getting the essential Allen here. Bill W, he gored himself. Bill S. Preston Esquire, come on, Allen, you're Asian. Fix his computer. I know. He should set up a remote, and then I can just fix it from here. Marcus CCS 65. Allen. One Punch Tolkien fan. Chris is gone. Let's party. That's right. Let's start creating our own popcorn bucket designs while we're here. There you are.
How dare you, Alan, take over the show?
How dare you leave the show for no reason?
I'm so sorry. Hey, folks, my apologies. Let's make it fun. Look.
Let's make it so.
Before we review Alien Romulus, I'm sorry. We'll do something fun here. Anyone who goes to a theater, you want a quiet environment. You want to just enjoy the movie. You don't want to hear folks around you doing whatever. Here's a new ad. I think it's playing at certain AMCs here. We're going to watch this. It's just like a minute long. And I want to share this with you because you need to see this, Alan. You know what to do. Mute me when I show this, but check this out.
We come to this place for magic. We come to AMC theaters to laugh, to cry, to care, because we need that, all of us. But instead, we get stuck with a bunch of fucking assholes on their phones, texting, talking, checking their goddamn emails.
Do you mind?
And when the lights go down and you think for just a moment that you can escape all the world's problem people by going to the movies, you are so wrong. Because here, they are. AMC theaters. Turn your fucking phones off.
Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. It's that video was put together by a guy named Edit Doctor. We will put the link in the description. But I honestly, I don't have that many problems at AMC Burbank. There's only one issue. There's a guy who comes in with his dog. And I swear he's at every screening I'm at. It's so annoying. There is a guy that brings his dog. Now, to be fair, the dog is really quiet. So I honestly don't mind too much. What's that, Alan?
Sorry, did you yeah, that's what bothers you, the quiet submissive dog?
Yes. No, the guy, don't bring your dog to the movies.
Yeah, but if it's not doing anything, it'd be one thing if it was barking and yapping.
Yes, I don't care. It's a movie theater, not a dog park.
No, because at Alien Romulus, 2 phones went off. That bothered
for real? For you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Great.
I will say, though, what was cute was I show up early to get a popcorn bucket. I couldn't get it, so I'm in my seat early, and this young man brought his grandmother with him to see Alien Romulus. It was very cute. She had her little walker moving along, and he's like helping her up and sit down, and the two of them had a great time watching.
Well, do you have a comment on this fake ad I just showed?
I love it. I for a minute there, I'm like, oh, please let this be real, and it's not.
It's not real.
Oh, it should be real.
All right, we're going to pivot and get to the review. I apologize about my computer problems. The show must go on. We've got a lot of reviews. We have an interview to do. We're going to get to everything. The show might go longer today.
All right.
So I am now in control. So we're doing good.
Right.
We're doing good now.
Good job here.
Yeah.
Are you frozen again?
No, I'm not at all.
What are you doing? What are you doing? My Dixie wrecked.
Why do you keep saying that? Okay, Alan, Alien Romulus is the latest film in the Alien franchise. We're now up to what is it? 7 movies for the Alien franchise? Is that what it is? But this is the 7th film.
Honestly, I've only seen the first one.
To be honest, I've seen Alien and Aliens about 100 times each. All the other Alien movies, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection, Prometheus, Alien Covenant, I've seen those maybe once or twice each. My memory of Alien is those first 2 movies. Same with the Terminator franchise. This latest film has a new creative direction under the direction and writing of Fede Alvarez. Alan, tell us the story briefly of Alien Romulus, and we will be doing spoilers for this review. You will be warned in advance. Alan, take it from here.
All right, we are on a mining planet somewhere out in the universe. Young Rain Carradine and her android buddy Andy are there, and she has earned enough credits to get off the planet and live a normal life and maybe see the sun for the first time in her life. But no, because of the need for more workers and laborers, her time credits have doubled, and now she must work another 5 years to pay off her debts. Frustrated, she and her young band of Gen Z friends go off and steal a ship. They need to get cryopods so that they can escape to another colony. And in order to get the cryopods, they go to this abandoned space station where there are aliens aboard, and those aliens are beginning to hatch and hug their way into existence. Can they survive? What's up with this Andy android? Are there any connections with the original film? Well, that's Alien Romulus.
Well, that's the setup of the first, maybe first act of the movie.
Yeah, first 20 minutes.
Let's get into it. I have major problems. This movie is a greatest hits of the Alien franchise by a cover band. You know, I've said before, J.J. Abrams' Force Awakens. I mean, J.J. Abrams is a George Lucas cover band. His Star Wars is like a bad cover band. This is all the sort of, oh, I remember that. Remember that from Alien. And that's what this is. And that's what bothered me. And we're going to get into spoilers. So if you're still here, spoilers are going to abound. That's my biggest problem with this film is the fact that it's a cover band aspect. It's like, it's the things you remember from other Alien movies, just not done as well. The characters are all Gen Z. They don't have the grizzled, you believe when you watch the first Alien that they are grizzled space truckers. You know, they're like, you buy it. They're
blue collar workers. You know.
Yeah.
Just like our parents were, you know.
In this film, I just didn't these Gen Z kids, they're all orphans. I didn't really buy it. The best actor in the movie is the best character is Andy, played by David Johnson. Callie Spaney was fine as Rain Carradine. I just wasn't. She didn't have the weight of like a Sigourney Weaver. When you go back and watch the first Alien or Aliens, look, you know what makes it scary? And this is the biggest problem I have with this movie. It's not scary. We've seen this before. I never feel like I already know that anyone that's not the character of Andy or Rain, they're all fodder to be slaughtered, right? Because they're not fully developed. All those characters are going away. So I never felt any fear. Watch Sigourney's acting. Why are those first two Alien movies iconic? It's the acting. It's not the effects. It's the way Sigourney Weaver as Ripley reacts to every situation. It's like you see this pained look, you see the real fear on her face. I never got that from any of these actors. I thought they were all lightweights compared to the original cast. They didn't sell fear to me. They just didn't. I didn't believe it. So, and aside from the fact that there is a cameo from a legacy character in this movie that took me out of the movie. We're talking about the character of Rook, who is, they discover this other android who's left at the space station. His name is Rook, who looks just like Ian Holm, who played Ash. He's another version of Ash, I guess, but he's Rook, and he's on this ship, and it looks like they use a deep fake. It looks, so in a movie that has, actually, thing I'll compliment this movie about, the effects are great. Mostly practical. The spaceship porn is on point. The music on point. Sound design on point. And I saw this movie in IMAX. I've seen it twice. IMAX and Dolby Digital. Amazing. In terms of that experience. The weakness is in the story, the script, the story, and the casting. I really feel the biggest weak points of this. And the unoriginality of this. I wanted something, take it further. Now we'll get into third act later. I want to hear what you have to say, Alan, but I was profoundly disappointed. I just thought, well, I'll just enjoy the spaceship porn because wow, that worked. I mean, the way the ships moved, you really believed it. The way they docked or moved around or were in peril. The sound design, I was all in. I thought that was so well done. I really believe Fede Alvarez, really good director who had perhaps some mandates from the studio about, we got to have this. And the callbacks from dialogue pissed me off. There's a line, you bitch, like it was just, I groaned a couple times. Now, I did see the movie with my daughter. She had a good time. She's watching the movie with her dad. So, can I say I had a good time? Yes. Did I enjoy the movie? Major problems. It's not even the worst Alien movie. It's mid-tier. It's serviceable. So, I already did my non-spoiler review. I gave it a 4, maybe a 4.5 on second viewing. Like, oh, some things I like. I still can't recommend it. And we are not going to be talking about this a month from now or a year from now when they make another Alien movie after we forget this Alien movie. So we'll get deeper into the spoilers. Alan, I got to hear your thoughts because you are not a big horror fan.
Yeah. So, I mean, it sounds like it's no longer the worst of the Alien movies. It moved up a notch or two.
It's mid. Mid.
It is the 7th installment.
Yes.
Okay. So I've seen Alien once, and that was 2 years ago because we were doing a video about it, which you can look up on the channel. Because I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was scary. I liked the gravity. I liked the depth of it. I like the groundedness of it, and I also like the characters in terms of them being, the everyday blue collar worker who's been put in a dangerous position by the corporate gods above. I'll describe Alien Romulus this way. Since now Disney owns the Alien franchise, it's as if they built a roller coaster based on the Alien franchise. That's what this movie is. I'm not as held to the lore as you are, or as most people watching us right now are. But I will say I had fun. I would not say I was afraid, but there were definitely thrills. There's definitely suspense, which I enjoyed. So I will say I'm not saying this is the greatest movie ever. I can't speak to anything regarding the lore or the franchise. All I could do is tell you when I sat down in my seat for the first 2.5 acts, I was having a good time. And then the second half of the film, second half of the second act. Oh, sorry.
Right.
Second act of the third act. And then the third act is when I was like, I just want to go home now. The third act in this movie was just, so unnecessary. Which is why I'm going to call it the third act, because you could literally cut it out and still have
like
a great
third act. It had like 2, 3 third acts.
Yeah.
Is it over? Is it over?
Right. And going back to that article we read, to me where the wheels fell off was when it went CG. Because up until then I was buying into it. There are other things that bothered me, which we'll get into spoilers, but I would say I would give it a bare recommendation. I would also say I understand for people who are hardcore into the Alien franchise. I understand why you will not like this movie, and I get it. But in terms of someone who just bought a ticket and wanted to have a good time at a movie, I had a good time. I think this, it's like getting Shakespeare light. You can get all your friends to go see this movie, have a good time, and then afterwards you say, but hey, have you seen the real Shakespeare, or have you seen the real Alien? And then go back and see it. But this is, like I said, this is a roller coaster version of the original.
Well, the thing with Ash, that was the thing that bugged me the most.
So let me ask you this: was Ian Holm actually doing it, or was it a deepfake?
It seemed like they AI'd his voice and it was definitely a deep fake CG effect.
So he wasn't involved in the movie.
It took me out of the movie. It really did. It way took me out of it. It's a distractingly bad in a movie that had lots of really good effects, you know? So Ian Holm passed away in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So they obviously went to his family, and this is a bad precedent. Are we going to get actors that look like, are we going to cast actors that were dead in new movies? Like
they're already doing it. They're doing that with James Dean. I don't know how far it's gotten, but
there's a lawsuit that erupted from Crispin Glover. He was not in Back to the Future 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
They found an actor that looked like him and then put makeup on him, turned him upside down, and he's in Back to the Future 2, but it's not Crispin Glover.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest failing of nearly perfect films. Back to the Future 2 and 3 should have had Crispin Glover.
Yeah, well,
but if you can now do this, why not just bring Sigourney Weaver back for some reason? I think it sets a bad precedent. I don't think this movie was scary because we've seen it before. We already know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Any fear or trepidation comes from, well, I know what facehuggers do. And what the hell is the incubation period on an alien now?
It's 5 minutes.
Like, it felt the right amount of time in the first Alien. They've accelerated this where an alien can incubate in your body in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you can give birth to a hybrid human alien xenomorph that will grow to full adult size in 5 minutes.
Yeah, let's not forget that.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's not forget that there's a literal timer in this movie. And this timer goes down, and so you know how long an incubation period takes because there's a timer involved.
Right.
And you know, without getting into spoilers, but you know it's less than 15 minutes.
Well, I mean, get into spoilers. We're in the spoiler territory now. It's
okay. So we're clearly establishing we're going spoilers right now.
Yeah, I know we've been doing it. Look, the thing is this: at the end of the day, this is the corporate mandated alien movie. That's what this is, made by a very talented director who I believe the director did his job. This is the movie you want me to make. I made it. And he had good intentions. I love the at least the practical effects they used. I love the spaceship. The spaceships, I bought it because most movies you see that have spaceships, it's like, oh, it went from here to there and went from there to here. Who cares? He really built it up that it was the rings around the planet that worked. The monstrosity of the Romulus Remus space station that worked. They got into a little bit of lore with the scientists about that. Why are they studying the aliens? Well, it's because man is very fragile. Man is fragile. So how do you make man less fragile? Is you alter the DNA to make a version of man that can survive the elements on other planets. So that was really interesting. But that was very brief, represented by the dumb CG deepfake of Ash, played by Ian Holm, resurrected with software. And it didn't sell it to me. The bucket is better than the movie in the end. So it still is a pass review, under a 5 for me, and not the worst Alien movie because so many other parts of it really worked.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I'll give it to, I was never bored. It's slow in the beginning, but I'm interested. Right. So
that's why I give it a more positive review. I mean, it's not like I was disengaged. The Ash thing, I didn't bother me because I'm just not held tightly to the lore like that, or I'm not that big a fan of the franchise. But I will say it just went off the rails so now we're going to spoilers.
Yeah, let's get to the last third of the film. The third act.
So in the first third act, there's a part where they're climbing up an elevator shaft, and then the acid is there from the aliens. I thought it was interesting that they used the anti-grav portion of. They turned off gravity in order to win. I thought that was interesting, but then it really got CG heavy, and it's noticeable. That's the problem with CG is we are attuned to notice what's CG and what's actually real.
Yes.
And then they go into this final alien, this new alien, and I'm like, this is
yeah.
This is a movie should build up to something, and it built up to this humanoid alien xenomorph, and it looked horrible.
Yes,
it didn't look scary. It just stood out. It pulled you out of the movie, and it was just like, this is not the right direction you want to take this thing. This is not how you want to end this movie, because literally they could have just cut it off before that and ended the film, and I think people would feel a little bit better about the movie.
As soon as the one girl said, "I'm pregnant," you knew.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is, I wonder now, Alan, do you think there's an abortion analogy in this movie? Some abortion? I don't think there's any sort of overt commentary at all. The movie is not woke. It's not like at all you can say, I hate when anything is diverse. Wait, let me finish.
Okay.
It's when something's diverse and people say that's woke. Not really. The first Alien was diverse, just organically. Just now they push it, so it's annoying.
Yeah,
but,
it's a mandate as opposed to something organic.
Exactly.
And then the abortion thing. Look, she kept the baby.
Right.
She had concern for the baby, so I don't think this was a cautionary tale about not having abortions.
Right. It wasn't that.
Yeah. In fact, I would go the other direction, even though it was wrong.
There are two scenes to pay attention to. One, there's a scene where they find the alien cocoon, and the guy takes the cattle prod. He sticks it up the giant vagina-looking thing to electrocute it and basically abort the thing in the cocoon. Then there's her giving birth, and the thing comes out, and it's all, it's like you know what it looks like? Slender Man or something. Like Slender Man with alien-like pointy things, and it looked just gross and grew in 20 minutes. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't feel real. And
at that point in the movie, I believe they had 15 minutes left before the station would crash. Yeah, well, to your first point, that would be like, if you had a chance to abort Hitler, would you?
Or an alien.
I'll give it that one. Here's the funny thing. So, the overall theme of what got all these people in trouble, what got most of the crew dead, it was this attitude of, hey, we need to go back for our friend, because they had just left everyone behind and got on the ship and got out. They would have things would at least turned out better for two or three of the characters in the movie.
Andy the android was the smartest one.
Yeah,
that's why I liked his character the best. He's the best actor in the movie. He's the best. Let me finish. He's the best actor because he starts one way as this kind of almost on the spectrum weird guy who likes dad jokes, but he's dedicated to brother. Why do they call each other brother and sister? Makes no sense. It's stupid. But fine. And then he changes when he is installed and gets an upgrade. So now he's on the corporate agenda. He'll still save them, but his whole thing is he leaves the pregnant girl behind the door and says, no, because if I open the door, we all die. If I don't open the door and leave you behind, only one of us dies.
Right.
So he's just sticking with logic.
Yeah.
So
also they could have ended things early by killing Navarro, who had the face hugger going. But it was this is the thing is, there is some nobility to the idea of go back for your friends, leave no one behind. But in this case, in this movie, doing that actually caused more harm than anything. And
So
No, I just want to finish by saying, that's a noble that's a noble attribute to have, but to have a film say, no, that's actually the wrong thing to do, feels like it's, it goes to my conspiracy theories of, these ideals, these these values that we have as human beings to support one another, to have friendships, to support our friends. It feels like this is kind of a subtle twist on that, saying maybe you don't want to do that.
Well, look, my biggest complaint, my two biggest complaints, Not Scary and The Greatest Hits, and they repeat all these moments and do them worse. So there's two I'll point out in the end. When she is like, she's the human alien hybrid is after her, and she goes into the locker and puts on the spacesuit, right? But in the least sexy way possible. Michael Seagraff says I'm sick of actresses with zero sexuality. She was not sexy. Sigourney Weaver was sexy, no bra in a tank top, and this tight underwear, sexy, subtle and sexy. I don't need full nudity.
Right.
Fine, sci-fi. Give me sexy at least. So they repeated that. One more at the end when she does the diary into the recorder. That's right out of, it's the same thing as the end of Alien. Like, so the repeating moments just not as well and not scary. I'm sorry. I'm out.
Well, let me talk about the sexiness. This is a trend. Okay. I'm gonna call it here. This is a trend going on. But there seems to be a trend to make Asian women ugly in movies.
Yeah.
We have Navarro here, and that's the other thing, is there's an Asian actress with the last name Navarro. And if we talk about another movie on the list, the same thing happens here, but to not give an Asian name, and then to shave her head and not make her look sexy at all compared to the other two women in the movie. I think last week we talked about, there's a movie I can't even remember her name, but there was an Asian in the movie. And I asked you, did they uglify her? And you said yes. Jessica Henwick, that was it. Because she's a beautiful woman, but they put her in all these movies and they uglify her. They don't make her look attractive at all or alluring at all. And they do the same thing here. The other complaint I have is this crew of Gen Z misfits. They don't look like they could actually have done the things and survived as far as they had in this movie. To me, this crew looked like they should have been killed way earlier in the movie. And that goes to the point of, strong people should look strong. Athletic people should look athletic. That's not this crew. And it just seems like, okay, we're just going to hire pretty people, except for the Asian, and then give them, make them look heroic and make them look athletic. They do a lot of running, they do a lot of jumping, they do a lot of fighting. And I just, deep down, it's like, could they really do this in real life?
All right. Final thoughts, Alan, before we go to chat comments.
Okay. So despite all my complaints there, this is not a horror film. It's a thriller. It's a roller coaster ride. It's like Twister. You're there, moves you from one scene to the next with the thrills and turns that you want. And so I'll give it a bare recommendation for that.
Well, I'm a fan of Alien and Aliens. The other films are almost dismissible, and this is another dismissible mid-Alien movie. The best part about it is that we got some amazing buckets. Maybe I'll collect them all. Let's go to the chat here, starting with super chats first. Alan, I need to be right back.
Sure. Sorry, I need to grab
Shout out to Chet's mom. Shout out to Chet's mom. I know who she is. Hi, Chet's mom. Good to see you.
Mom. Okay. Box Office Brawler for $4.99. Hello, gentlemen. I sent an email with an inquiry to your email. Link to the channel. I would love to hear your thoughts. Blessings to you both. I think I'll just say this. If you're wanting us to look at a film, best thing to do is fill out the film submission form versus the the general contact form, because we can react to it. We have a process that allows us to react to it in a more in a way that will get you results. Bill S. Preston Esquire. In the original Alien, the actors didn't know they were going to get splashed. Yeah, we got that one. They generally freaked out. Here we go. Thomas Pickett for 2. The trolley problem as a xenomorph. From Bumpy Johnson. The trailer was a bit much for me. I can understand the concept of a face hugger without seeing someone's mouth effed. Yes. From Jamie Mormon. For 10, the movie made absolutely no sense. Did I miss the part where we have a face huggers without a queen? They found an alien that was not a queen. There can be face huggers without eggs. I believe there was. Yeah. I think they revealed that there was a queen and that this was kind of years after that. And that's why the eggs are there. And that somehow they can survive for a very long time. Darth Vader, in space, no one can hear Gore rant. Krizik, member for 5 months. Welcome aboard. Chris, where can I find that Wayland Yutani crew jacket? Here, we'll bring that back when Chris gets back. Professor Fear, was there a cat? Do you want me to spoil that? Harry Anders, Yaphet Kotto, Harry Dean Stanton, John Scarrett, and Tom Scarrett, and the lovely Sigourney were so good in the original. Nothing comes close to the original Alien. Yeah, they were accomplished actors, all of them, even John Scarrett. And Michael Seagriff, I'm sick of actresses with zero sexuality. Yeah. Chet's Mom 4, because it's a summer camp slasher with aliens. That's exactly what it is. You're just going back to the old Friday the 13th. You don't need the lore. You just want to see people get face hugged and bursted. Aaron Charman, my biggest problem was, how do the aliens get so big so quickly? What are they eating to build their bodies? Yep. Let's see. Brock Samsonite, member for 16 months. Have you guys ever seen the short film Batman Dead End? It's a short that got first AVP movie greenlit. Okay, actually, let's.
Yes, I've seen it. I've seen it. Yeah, it's very good. It's very good.
Is that Batman versus Alien?
Yeah, Predator, actually.
Predator. Okay, Batman versus Predator. I know the comic book. All right. Let's see. Jose Taco for $1.99. I'm buying all the FT buckets so no one can have them.
Good. Hey, wait. Yeah. Are you unstarring these? What's happening?
No, I'm not. No, I thought Lori was doing that behind me. No, there's one here. Okay, so here's one that I kept starred because Chris, where can I get that Wayland Yutani crew jacket?
I'll show you. And here, check this out. Nostromo right here. You know, I got this. Space Marines there. It's not a jacket that I bought this green jacket and I put these patches on. This is my dirty secret. I collect patches for things and then I get a jacket and I make it myself. So this is a basic sort of green military looking jacket. I just put patches on. I have a lot of jackets like that.
Yeah. You're the lazy cosplayer.
I'm very lazy. I'm no snarky J.
Yeah. Are we going to have her on the show? Let's see. From Chet's Mom 4. So they're indentured servants. That is happening right after the first Alien, or this is happening right after
it's weird because Ash, did they just make a bunch of ashes and not tell anyone? Like a lot of it doesn't make sense.
Well, they're synthetics, so why not make multiples of the same model?
Yeah, but the crew on the Nostromo, they didn't tell those guys. Mm-hmm. They were making he was just thrown on the crew at the last minute. And they're all over the galaxy. They just the same model.
Yeah,
same look.
Mean, because that could have easily have happened to that the Romulus and the Remus.
And Rob Burnett pointed out, why don't they just, when they experiment on these aliens, why don't they just have an all android crew? Why don't they?
Yeah. Well, it's probably more expensive to have an all android crew. Look, I'm not going to defend this. So you ask a question, I'm going to give you an answer.
Shout out to Chet's mom. I know her.
Yeah.
There you go.
She has it going on. I want the third prequel. Prometheus and Covenant were awesome.
I did like Prometheus, but I wanted a proper sequel, and we did not get it, in my opinion.
Okay. Hey, it's me in HD. The final act proves Ridley Scott definitely had his fingers in this.
Yeah, they're just going over old territory.
Let's see. Bill S. Preston Esquire. In the original Alien, the actors didn't know they were going to get. Why?
You already read that. What are you?
We read that like twice already.
Okay, Alan. We have 5 other films to review and an interview in 15 minutes.
All right, let's do it.
So we have to move the show along quicker.
So let's do it.
We had to. This is why before the show we have a discuss. You guys want to chit chat. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care what you think of anything.
All right, let's do
we
it.
have to plan the show.
Okay, let's do it.
It's not a big deal. But like I said, we've got a lot of movies to review.
Yeah, let's go to the next review.
So things are going to be kept short. We'll do 5 minutes and we'll review the movies so we can get clips.
Okay, let's do it.
I wonder, and then you're throwing, hey, I have all these news stories. I got to do FNT today, which I don't want to do. I don't want to be on FNT. I don't want to be on other YouTube shows. I don't want to be on them. I get invited all the time to these. I don't want to do any other YouTube shows. I want to do Film Threat and the Nooner with Gary, and that's it. That's it.
All right, let's do it.
So, and I want, like, before the show, I love you guys. Alan, Lori, love it. We have fun. We laugh. Business is business. Fun is fun. Separate.
All right, let's do it.
Wait, is there a video where? Oh my God! I can't, because these aren't labeled. I can't see what these are. Alan, you gotta, like, okay, that's not that.
Yeah, if I had time,
you label.
I was busting my ass all morning because I had.
Here's what will help me. Label the names. Just name it real quick. Then I'll just see it.
You know how hard it is to get picture
every time. Yeah, it's called show prep. How do you think I line up the interviews and do all this other stuff?
Yeah, and I do nothing. I have a website to run.
I'm not.
You know how.
Nothing. I'm not saying you do nothing. I'm saying help us. I'm trying to help us.
The crowd loves me.
I had to get more coffee.
You're wasting time.
I am wasting time.
We could have been on the second review by now. The third review.
God, what?
Fuck Disney.
Exactly. I'm in a good mood today. I'm going to see Lucha Vavoom.
Oh, you're not going to work on. You're not going to work
Lucha
on the
Vavoom.
website.
It's Mexican wrestling. Derek Anderson, the DA. He's my +1.
Sweet. Where is it?
Look, I'm getting good reviews. I like Scruffy Chris better. Look at this.
Yeah.
Scruffy. My hair's doing whatever my hair does.
Yeah. Let's see.
So, there you go. Couldn't put on pants. Dude, I am wearing what I wore to. These are shorts. Shit. I don't have pants on. Move it, Chris. Oh my God. What am I doing? What
yeah, they're loving you in the chat here.
What does that mean? Chicken Little proportions. What are you talking about? Okay, guys, let's go.
Let's see. Here we go.
I look forward to doing this. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
No, I'm serious.
You exude excitement and enjoyment.
Let's review movies. Let's talk. I skipped leg day. I walk 5 miles a day at 6 a.m. I'm pumped. Let's do my penguin friend, and we'll go down from there.
Yeah,
all the reviews. And no, truly, I really look forward to doing this. Like, no, I have fun, but I'm very business, and then, yeah. Alan, let's talk about the new indie film in theaters this weekend called My Penguin Friend, starring Jean Reno. It is based on a true story about a humble fisherman who, in the opening scene of the movie, we meet him, his lovely wife, and his son. On a fishing trip with his son, there's a tragic thunderstorm, which results in the horrible death of his son by drowning. Years later, the fisherman and his wife are living a humble life, and they befriend a penguin. And this little penguin becomes attached to Jean Reno, and visits them every year. It ends up becoming a national news story, this penguin. And I don't know what it's about the relationship between Jean Reno's character, based on a real fisherman, and the forms this relationship. I mean, it's a cute animal movie, right? I'll say this. I saw this at a screening. People were crying in the theater. I mean, look, I got choked up a couple times. It's a very simple story. It's not super layered. It's really, it's also like, you could say this is a very, very good movie for kids. They did combine like there was a real penguin in this film, yeah, right? But they did combine with some digital effects they couldn't have possibly done. The penguin almost gets hurt a couple times. No penguins were in peril. What did you think of My Penguin Friend?
Yeah, I love this movie. It's just a nice, sweet family film with an animal in it, and that's my only problem was it was diversity all over the place. Not a single white person in this movie.
Oh yeah, who cares?
I know, I'm just kidding. It takes place in South America. No, it was a lot of fun. This one, I like it because it cranks up that cuteness factor, but doesn't overplay it. Right. Jean Reno, I mean, we know him from very different roles than this one, and he just comes off as very lovable. And he's got, his arc is basically he's got to kind of start trusting people again after his son died a long time ago.
Yeah,
and I remember starting when the movie started, and it's like, okay, we're starting right off with the dead son. But I'll be honest, there's a callback, and that kind of choked me up. It was placed very well. There's so the penguin migrates during the summer, during the southern hemisphere summer. He's down in Patagonia, in Argentina, and instead of migrating with all his friends, he was injured during one migration. Jean Reno's character saves him because of an oil accident. And then that's kind of where they're bonding. And it's interesting that the whole idea that penguins are very adaptable creatures, that they're creatures of habit, and that that you get the sense of, not only does this penguin go back to the same area, but he goes back specifically to Jean Reno's house and the nest he built for him. While at the same time, when he migrates south, he goes to the nest he builds in Patagonia. So there's a lot in terms of understanding how penguins work, how they migrate, how they adapt. It's just a really nice package. And, if you want to introduce kids to subtitles, this is a good movie to have them see.
There's not that many subtitles.
No.
It's not that. I mean, it's
Very simple. Yeah.
It's very simple. I'll say this movie is comfort food.
Mhm.
You want to see a light, heartwarming story. The movie's not for kids, but kids will enjoy it. And
No, this is for kids. I mean, it's for the family. It's a family film. It's for the entire family.
I'm saying adults can enjoy it too. It's really, if you, anyone who's ever had a relationship with a pet, with an animal, will relate to this. So I think I give this a recommend.
Yeah, and Jean Reno again is so likable in this movie compared to all his other movies.
Right.
He is the sympathetic protagonist, and he does an amazing job in this film. And seeing the trailers, I felt like I was gonna get bored at times. Not a single time.
Nope. And it's not like 2 hours. It's like around 90 minutes.
90 minutes.
So it's perfect. Yeah. Good recommend. We have a few comments here.
Yeah. Chet's mom.
Okay, go ahead, Alan.
His son is reincarnated as a penguin. Oh man. Spoilers.
Maybe.
Spoilers. Tom Siebert, Jean Reno is a real movie star. Got to see him in the 2000 French thriller, The Crimson Rivers. Gripping stuff. Bill S. Preston, Esquire. Yeah, we need more wholesome family films. Yep, that's this one. Sir Dirty Dog. Last thing I need is my kid hassling me to get him a penguin. Yep.
Get a penguin.
Get a penguin.
Yeah. All right. Let's switch gears here to our next review. We've got a lot more to review. Let's do how about this, Alan? Did you see this?
Yes, I did.
Let's talk about it.
Let me get the poster here. All right. Caligula is back. So this is if you're familiar with Caligula, this is a very different version of it. It's the ultimate cut, meaning if you're familiar with the history of Caligula, they filmed the movie. It was produced by Bob Guccione from Penthouse, or is that Hustler?
Yes,
Hustler.
Bob Guccione from Penthouse.
From Penthouse. Okay. So he made this movie. A lot of nudity in this movie. A lot of orgies. A lot of men pleasuring themselves. But for some reason, Guccione felt like it wasn't enough. And so after the film was shot, he added a lot of porn scenes to it. And to the point where it got an X rating. And so now you have Roddy McDowall and Helen Mirren and others appearing in an X-rated movie, which they had not taken account for.
Right.
And a lot of people associated with this movie refused to promote or show up at the premiere for this movie because of that.
And this film has big stars. Malcolm McDowell.
Peter
O'Toole. I mean, the cast is star-studded.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Helen Mirren is in it, and she is smoking hot.
Yeah.
Now, I love films about Roman times. That is a thing. Guys who think about Roman times. When I was a kid, I saw the BBC series I, Claudius. I recently got it a couple years ago. I found it on Blu-ray. I love I, Claudius. I, Claudius is so good. It's smart. It's sexy. It's that. I mean, look, I don't know how it is, but somehow we got in this thing where if you're Roman films, they have British accents. I don't know why, they just do. And I, Claudius. So imagine I, Claudius, way more nudity. I mean, it is this ultimate cut. It's in theaters, by the way, and it's coming to 4K Blu-ray.
So let me tell you about the ultimate cut, because I haven't even gotten to.
Okay, well, we'll get to that, but real quick, it's in theaters at the Draft House, and it's the level of nudity is insane. Alan, take it from here.
Okay, so it got its X rating. People were upset with it, refused to promote the film, wanted their names taken out of the credit. The ultimate cut is the original cut without the X-rated scenes in it. So they took all the added stuff from that Guccione added to the movie and then removed it and then recut the entire film to what it originally should have been. And that is what is presented here. So what Caligula is an X-rated movie cut down to an R-rated movie. And Michael Talbot Haynes reviewed it for us, and he was little disappointed that it wasn't the original.
Well, the original, by the way, had like it was pornographic.
It is pornographic, yeah.
Yeah, this is sort of what it was envisioned.
It definitely walks the line.
Still sexy.
Yeah, it definitely walks that line because there is there are PPs being being pleasured. There are a lot of boobs. There's several orgy scenes. We're walking the line here. It's basically Helen Mirren is wearing a long sheet with a hole in the middle, and if that sheet moves in certain directions, things get exposed. So this movie is basically Caligula. It's about Roman intrigue, about him and the death of Caesar, played by Peter O'Toole. He then ascends to the throne, but right from the beginning, Caesar tells him everyone's going to try to kill you, and that's kind of the idea that's ingrained in his head. That is, this is a story of paranoia. This is a story of a ruler who slowly becomes demented, slowly believes that he is a god, that he can exact justice at just the snap of a finger, demand that allies be killed with in an instant. And it's about power, and along with power comes sex, and his true love, his sister, his biological sister, Drusilla. They wind up, continuing this relationship from beginning to end. And then you have the intrigue of the marriages for political purposes. And then, as great fascists always do, they run out of money. So when you run out of money, what do? You invade other countries. And that's the story. It's just a 3-hour journey into the downfall of Caligula. I'll say this: a lot of orgies, a lot of boobs. Sometimes you can have too much, and this movie has too much. It was like, this is not sexy at all anymore.
I beg to differ. I think it was very sexy because but also it's perverse.
Yeah, like prima nocta is enacted in this, and I will say that the sexiness comes from the 3 lead actresses, and it's very sexy. But beyond that, it's like, oh my god, it's like a whole room full of topless women, and I'm like,
why are you complaining?
Because sometimes too much is too much. That's why I'm complaining. There's something, they call it a strip tease for the moment.
Look, I'll just say this
for a reason.
You can never have too much bacon or boobs. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm saying this is the example where you can have too much.
All right, let's go to comments before we go to our special guest that will be joining us momentarily. Right here with the super chat here.
All right, from Heinlein for 999, Chris, do you like movies about gladiators?
I do. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Chris, have you ever been to a Turkish bath? A razor burn. You can say knockers, Alan. I am become death destroyer of words. Can literally say Malcolm was in the middle. Oh yeah. Bill S. Preston, Esquire, from Wholesome Family Film to Roman orgies.
Yeah, that's film threat for you.
Yeah. And then Highland. Oh boy, I hope there isn't a popcorn bucket for this one.
There might be.
Yeah.
There might be. All right. We have a special guest joining us today. His film is in theaters this weekend. Let's talk to Austin Peters, the director of Skincare, starring Elizabeth Banks. Yes, that's right. The Elizabeth Banks. Hey, Austin.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining us on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Your film is in theaters this weekend. There are no aliens in it, but there are some thrills and intrigue for sure. Tell us about your movie Skincare.
Skincare is a movie, a sunshine noir set in Los Angeles, starring an amazing cast, leading with Elizabeth Banks in the central role, and it's about an esthetician in Hollywood who gets in over her head as she starts to become unhinged from reality a little bit.
That's the best description of her performance. She is unhinged. And I do like to think that there's a world where rival skincare brands and the ambassadors of those brands are warring like it's the Godfather. Was that sort of the underlying thing? Like, wait a sec, these brands, the way they fight, and she's sort of a entry level, just making her way. Is this based on any like real experiences or observations you had?
Well, I think that the story is a fictional story, but it's inspired by some true events that happened, and of course, all the movies that we love and all the books that we love when we were thinking about when we wrote this. But it's definitely, business is cutthroat. All, like they say in the movie, like Nathan Fillion says in the movie, business is a cutthroat business, and so it's just very competitive out there for everyone. And sometimes these businesses, even these ones that we think are about self-care and self-love, it can become very, very, very competitive and very cutthroat. And this movie sort of reflects that.
It's almost like you could describe it as Sephora meets Scarface, but
I'll take it. I like that. I hope someone can pull that. I'm going to write that quote down right as soon as I get off with you guys.
Elizabeth Banks I've always loved her because she can ride the comedy, the line between comedy and drama great. I mean, she does both so well. I mean, in the 40-Year-Old Virgin, she's hilarious. And then also as J. Jonah Jameson's secretary in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man film, she's awesome. And she's also a filmmaker in her own right. I mean, as a director, what was it like to work with her? And she just really seemed invested in this because I don't know that she cared about her character looking good. She put herself in so many awkward, horrifying, embarrassing situations.
Yeah, she is fearless. That's one of my favorite things about her as an actor, and one of the many reasons she was our first choice for this role of Hope Goldman, because as I've grown up watching her films, like you said, 40-Year-Old Virgin, Wet Hot American Summer, The Hunger Games, the Oliver Stone movie, W, she is just absolutely fearless, and she just goes for it, and she disappears into this character, and she doesn't think twice about it. She just dives in. So that's why this role was sort of perfect for her. And yeah, she's an unbelievable director, an unbelievable producer. She's just a talent in every sense. So working with her on this was quite literally a dream come true. I could not have asked for a better partner in this movie and in her. And I was so amazed and excited that she was willing to come down and do this little movie with us that we shot in 18 days, that is so much smaller than all of the major stuff that she's done. When we started shooting this, she was just coming off press for Cocaine Bear, which was a huge blockbuster movie, which she directed, and then she came to do this little gritty indie movie in Hollywood, for 18 days. And so I think it's a real testament to her artistry that she's just able to oscillate between all of these different projects and is so committed. She was there every single day, from morning to night, shooting entire days. She's in every scene in the movie, basically, So
what do you think sold the film? What do you think sold the film for her in terms of doing it?
I think that when we did, we sent her the script, and like I said, she was always our first choice for the part, and we just thought there was no way that she would ever do a movie like this, because it was so small, and because she is so successful and has so many projects going on, but she read it and she responded to the material, and she jumped on the Zoom with me and we talked about it. And I think she really liked the script, and I think she really loved the character and really wanted to play the character. And when we started talking, she said, I know this person, and like I can be this person, and she was excited about doing that and about going there and about doing a part where she gets to come really unhinged,
I like the way you describe it as a sunshine noir. I've never heard that term. That's
yeah,
really good.
Yeah, that was something that someone said to me. A colleague of mine said to me early on to describe the genre, and it stuck. You know, we sort of, when we tell people that, they suddenly say, "Oh yeah, I understand," even though you might not know that what that genre is exactly, and there is disagreements about what that genre is. You know, I think that just those words together kind of give you the idea of what this movie feels like.
We've got over 2,000 people watching us live right now on we've got a lot of questions from our chat. Let's get to those questions right now. From Adels24 from Rumble. What are the primary lessons, techniques you brought over from your music video background to feature filmmaking?
You know, I think that the thing about music videos is that you never have enough money and you never have enough time, and that's basically what making independent films are like. I think it's also what making every film is like, as I am told, you know, but I think that in music videos, and I brought a lot of crew from that world to be on this movie. Chris Ripley is a DP who shot some of the best videos. You know, I'd worked with both the production designer Liz Tunkel and the production designer and the costume designer Angelina Vito on music videos. And I think that there's a certain, you really learn in a funny way. It's sort of boring, but you really learn how to make your days, because you have to make it happen, you know, and you have to walk away with something that you can be proud of and an image that you feel like is up to the standard that you want to put out there, and with such limited resources, and you know there's not going to be a reshoot, which is what this movie was like. So that sort of, I think it was really that energy that all of us brought to this movie.
Solomon Thornton asks, greetings, Sir Austin. Any advice for beginning filmmakers?
I think my advice to beginning filmmakers is just to do it, and just to go out there and do what you can to direct, and don't wait for an opportunity. You know, if that's what you want to do, if you want to be a director, you sort of have to. I started making music videos because I knew people in bands, and I just said, hey, I want to direct a music video, and they would be uncertain at first, and then I would sort of keep pressing on them and keep pressing for them to let me do it, and we would do it, and we would make a video for, you know, $500 or whatever it was, and that's how I started. And then also just to write, you know, I think if you want to make a movie, the best way to do it is to write a movie.
Question here from Ron Enriquez. Saw this as part of AMC mystery movie on Wednesday. Lewis Pullman is so good in this. Complete 180 from his character in Top Gun. It was also nice to see Nathan Fillion and Elizabeth Banks reunited. Well,
I'm glad you felt that way, and I'm glad the mystery, it was a pleasant surprise, and as the mystery, I know it, you know, you never know when someone's coming in there and they don't know what they're going to watch, but I'm glad it worked for you, and I'm glad you love Lewis, because we are obsessed with Lewis, and I think his performance in this is so phenomenal, and I'm so excited for people to see it.
I love the mystery movie. I go to those. It's fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love it. Davina Duckworth, I think the only question people are asking, will there be a spandex cat fight like in 2 Days in the Valley?
In this movie, will there be a spandex cat fight? Well, I don't know if I want to answer that just yet. It might just be a surprise. I think you have to go and find out.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. Yeah.
And final question here from Razorburn. Question for Austin. How did you assemble such a great cast for this film? The cast is phenomenal. I mean, even the smallest role, her secretary, you know, they're so good. They're so, it's very LA. It's very LA.
Yeah, we were so beyond lucky to be able to work with just my absolute dream cast and dream ensemble, and every single person, and it brought so much depth to all the characters. And I think in the end of the day, you know, it's hard to point one thing being the most important, but certainly the cast and the actors and the people that you put in front of camera is right up there, and what they bring to you is sort of the movie lives or dies on casting, you know. And so we went to Elizabeth, and she responded, and she signed on to this movie, and then that was such an amazing and exciting get. It sort of inspired me to go reach out to Michaela J. Rodriguez, who I had loved watching on Pose, and and Luis Gerardo Mendez, who I loved, and Louis Pullman, who I was such a fan of, and then Nathan Fillion, who is also gives such an amazing performance in this movie. And then what happens is then with all these very busy people in this very small movie, you have to really do a jigsaw puzzle with the schedule to try and make it fit as they're all shooting so many different things. So we bent over backwards to not recast this movie and to not recast any of these actors because we knew how important they are. And that's a big credit to my producer, Jonathan Schwartz, who just really went above and beyond to make it work for everybody. And I could not be more happy that that's what we did. I could not be more pleased. I cannot imagine this movie with anyone different.
If we could end one more question here from Red French Moon. Hello, Sir Peters. Is there a special approach to direct someone who's also a director, or Elizabeth Banks stayed an actor and you let her do her thing? Like did she, how did you guys work together?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a special approach to direct everyone because everyone sort of has different needs and desires. But I think that with Elizabeth specifically, who is such an amazing director, I asked her when we first started talking about this film, you're such a big director and producer, would you want to come in on something that you're just an actor on? And she said, absolutely. I love acting and I love this part. And that's what's exciting to me. And for me, all Elizabeth did through this movie was empower me, and for that, I'm grateful to her for the rest of my life. I probably will owe her for the rest of my life because she really threw her support behind me and behind my vision for the movie. And she was always there to back me up and always there to support me. And she is, and she is a very smart, very strong person. And she's the kind of, you couldn't ask for a better friend than that, than to someone to support you and give you confidence. And then also be there if I ever had a question or if I ever needed any help, she was always there to support, but I think she also was very conscious that she didn't want to overstep and she wanted to empower me to direct the film. And then of course, when you get into the edit, it's so helpful because she's such a great filmmaker that she looks at, she saw the first cut of the film and gave amazing notes and it made it so much better. So she just was a dream collaborator really from the beginning to the end.
Well, congratulations. Skincare is in theaters this weekend, playing
Today.
at your local. Yeah, today.
Right
it's
now.
Out. So check it out if you're sick of aliens. Check out Skincare. Austin, thank you so much. Congratulations again on the film.
Thank you guys so much. So nice to talk to you.
Great. Take care.
Okay,
Later.
bye now.
And now we just have 7 more movies to review.
Yeah. Well, you need a new computer.
No, I don't. It froze up. I had to restart.
Here's
what's going to happen.
You could have done 2 reviews during that time, but
Glenn is going to cut together a funny video from that. Oh my God. I have to do FNT today. I'm so tired. I'm going to do it now. All right. What movie should we do next? What have you seen?
Let's see. I've seen The Instigators.
All right. Let's set up. And to the chat, thank you for not leaving. Stick with us. We got a few more film reviews. And thank you for sticking around. Maybe if Az is watching. I got a message from Az, heel versus babyface. I love him. Watch him every Sunday morning. Catch his videos and reviews. I hope he reviews Alien, Romulus. But yeah, hail Red French Moon, everyone. Thank you so much. We'll do quick reviews of our final films. Alan, are you ready?
Yes. And there we go. So The Instigator. Right. Yeah, this is on Apple Plus, Apple TV Plus. Filmed by Doug Liman, produced by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, stars Matt Damon, Casey Affleck. Basic story is there's an election in Boston. The mayor is about to be reelected, and during the reelection celebration, a lot of donors come in to donate money to the mayor's cause. A lot of this is all done in cash under the table. And these guys hire Matt Damon and Casey Affleck to rob the celebration party, take all that money, and it's a heist movie. Matt Damon's character, let's see, Rory, he has to make good with his family, and by doing that, he needs to come with $40,000 or $38,420. Casey Affleck is just a jerk, and no one likes working with him, and the only thing he can do is crime. And so this becomes a heist movie. The problem is this becomes the Murphy's Law of all heist movies. They go in, first of all, the mayor loses the election, and so the donors aren't there. When they go in, they're being led by Scalvo, who has cased the place. Well, he didn't do a good job because they get lost. All the notes that they have about maneuvering through this building, they're completely wrong. And also when they finally get to the safe, there's no money there because there's no donations. And because they're lost, they wind up coming face to face with the mayor, who's played by Ron Perlman, and they decide they're going to salvage the situation, and they're going to rob him. And they rob him of a valuable bracelet that he has. And so now they're out. They're on the run. They're being not only chased by the old mayor and his corrupt cronies, but he's also being chased by the guys who hired them because they couldn't do the job. And so now they have to figure out how to get out of this situation alive. This is an okay movie. I had fun, but there's nothing really groundbreaking here. When I think about Matt Damon and Ben Affleck making a movie, I think of Good Will Hunting.
Everyone does.
Yeah. There's a lot of heart. There's a lot of just the discussions between Matt Damon and Robin Williams is just so emotionally packed. While we have a heist movie here, and it's really about this relationship between Matt and Casey. We've seen this before. I will say Hung Chau is in the movie. You've seen her. The reverse is true here. You usually see her as uglified in other movies. She actually looks pretty good in this movie. Looks pretty normal in this movie. The only issue I have is her name is Dr. Rivera. So again, they've given an Asian actor a Hispanic name, and I don't understand. And I feel like this is a trend going on. Aside from all that, I think, if you have Apple TV Plus and you just want to sit down and unplug your brain and have a decent time, this is a good movie. Ving Rhames is in the movie. He plays a heavy, always good at that. Alfred Molina's in the movie, always good. Ron Perlman is the evil, corrupt mayor. So it's a solid movie, but it's fairly lightweight and deserves to be on Apple TV Plus.
I'll tell you this, based on solely the poster, it's wildly uninteresting.
Yeah.
I mean, look how basic it is.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's heads and a title.
Right. Well, look, this little centerpiece here, the center here, it's like 10% of the landscape or of the poster. And you see little cop cars. I mean, what does that tell you? It tells you nothing. The Instigators.
It tells me I'll be folding my laundry while I watch this.
Right. The Instigators. You see the title, The Instigators. Does my description of the plot even match that? I mean,
yeah.
So
do you recommend it? Do you recommend it?
Barely. It's an okay film. It's not a bad film. It's just okay.
All right, let's go to comments. But real quick, I need to ask: have you seen Rob Peace?
No, I haven't. I almost did though.
Did you see Mountains?
No.
Did you see Close to You?
I have shared.
No. Listen to me. Have you seen Close to You? No, it's okay.
I saw the first 10 minutes and I was out.
Okay. Did you see The Union?
No.
Okay. So in the planning document, there it says reviews and then it says others. Others are movies opening that neither Alan nor I have seen. So we don't need to make banners for those. But those are other movies that have opened. Have you seen The Greatest Surf Movie in the Universe?
No.
All right. So we're making good progress. Did you see Good Bad Things?
No. But you have.
Skincare?
No.
Did you see Twilight of the Warriors Walled In?
No, I told you we reviewed every movie I've
It's
seen.
okay.
Oh,
dude, it's not a problem. It's not a problem.
Why?
It's
This is stuff you talk about
I
before the
was in
show.
such a good
You should have
mood.
gone down the list before the show and said, "What have you seen?"
At the beginning, when we are on, I'm all business. Let's talk. Let's plan the show. Chit chat, buckets. Although that was, to be fair, that was me talking about buckets. That was me.
That was you. That was you derailing.
That was me
of the show.
I'm bust myself. Hey, let's go to comments and guess what I have to do. I'll be right back.
Okay, gee. All right.
Comments. Go from start from the top.
Comments. All right. For Red French Moon for 2. Why would I leave you guys? Why would I leave? You guys are awesome. Jeffro Maddox for 5. So bullets kill Xenos, but not the vacuum of space. Apparently not. Let's see. Lord Thoth. Game over, man. Game over. Solomon Thornton. Matt Damon. Heinlein. What's the level of Boston accents? Not annoying like Good Will Hunting. You're okay with this one. I am become death destroyer of words. Me to Matt Damon. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Hey, one thing about Alien Romulus, but and we've talked about this before with Furiosa, but why is Hollywood trying to make the head thing a thing? Where instead of hugging someone or giving someone a kiss, you lock foreheads. I've never seen anyone do it in real life, but I'm seeing it more in movies now. Hollywood, why? What is your conspiracy there? Jeffro Maddox, member for 7 months. I'm supposed to be loading trucks, but here I am. Yeah, that's just like this movie. Yeah, did the head thing bother you in Alien Romulus?
The head thing.
You know, it's the thing they're doing now. Instead of hugging or kissing someone.
Oh, it bugged me.
Knock heads.
Yes. That whole well, we could do it right now.
Yeah.
Alan. Okay, so you ready?
Yeah.
Is it? I can't see it.
Yeah, no, you're not. You're way off. You gotta get.
Way off?
You gotta get. Yeah, I think.
Are we doing the head?
No, you gotta go back a bit.
I gotta go right here. Tell me where.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. We got it.
That was so dumb. That was so dumb.
Why is Hollywood making this a thing? I've never seen anyone in my life ever do that.
No one has ever done bumping foreheads together. It's diminishing. I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's diminishing intimacy in movies. Mm-hmm. It's annoying. It's annoying.
A freaking IKEA chair.
What's with bumping foreheads? Does this look, you know what I miss in movies? A good old fashioned kiss. Give me 2 characters. They kiss. Even, you know what they've done? They've gotten rid of kisses. They've gotten rid of hugs. Mm-hmm. We are now, have you ever in your life seen anyone bump foreheads? Ever? We'll do it right. Alan, let's do it again. Let's try it. Let's try it.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Okay, am I doing it?
I can't tell. Okay, here we go.
Am I bumping foreheads with you?
Yes.
We saw it in... We saw it in Furiosa. We saw it in Alien Romulus. What is this?
Yeah.
Bumping heads.
Why is Hollywood making this a thing?
It's not a thing. Next, they'll be rubbing bums, says Davina Duckworth.
Okay,
exactly.
I'm kind of for that one.
Anyways, look, I'm annoyed by this, and it's another Hollywood trend that needs to die. Bumping foreheads ain't sexy. It's not funny. It's not intimate. It's stupid. It's another thing that's being pushed, and I hate it.
A freaking IKEA chair.
See, this is why I need to have control over all the banners and the videos.
Yeah.
See what I did there? That's going to be a clip.
Yeah.
You saw it live, so who knows? It'll be
Yeah.
altered.
That's the thing. It's like it's Hollywood trying to control us. That's the most sinister thing about this, because no one asked for it. No one's doing it yet. Hollywood is making it a thing, hoping that we start doing it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hollywood.
So, exactly. I'm so annoyed by it. It's not organic.
Mhm.
It's not a reflection of life.
Yeah. No,
You
it's a manipulation of life. They're trying to tell us this is the new way of hugging people now. This is a new way of kissing. In fact, Twisters, no kissing Twisters.
Yeah. Yeah, there wasn't, and that was a
deliberate choice.
It was a choice, and it was Spielberg's suggestion. So, all right, let's review one last. I don't know that we'll get to these other reviews.
Well, I've reviewed everything I've seen. So
okay, I'll review one more thing because one more review because I got to do FNT and I have to. Yeah.
Rest.
Hey, I want to thank everyone still watching. We haven't lost viewers. Like, this is great. So yeah. Let's review. Can you guess what film?
No, I can't. So you're gonna have to tell me.
Make you guess.
Yeah.
Twilight of the Warriors Walden is a Chinese film. This is playing in limited release in theaters. It's at AMC. How do I describe it? It's like The Godfather if they had superpowers, like a wire work battle between rival gangs in China. They all live in this area called where they're walled in. It's these buildings that are condemned, and the struggling and people that are poor live in these leftover buildings. And two rival gangs have a fight. We follow a character who is a fugitive. He doesn't have identification, who gets wrapped up in a rival gang war. And the action goes to levels of being like something out of a Street Fighter gang. It stars Louis Koo, Sammo Kambo Hung. So Sammo Hung. Sammo Hung.
Yep.
Richie Jen. This movie is so layered, so over the top, so fun. The lead actor, he gets a job. He just wants an ID. He just wants to live his life. He works hard. The fight scenes, the story is not the big sell on this. It's the fight scenes, which are over the top, like kung fu mixed with wire work, mixed with over the top action that is so fun. There is a twist I won't ruin in the middle of the movie about the true identity of the fugitive, his relationship to the rival gang, and his place in this world that leads to an epic final battle that's like a boss level of a video game. It really is very video game inspired. It feels very real in the beginning, almost documentary like, or sort of classic. Also, I should mention this movie is set in the 80s during a real time period where there was transition in Hong Kong. And these, basically set for demolition buildings. People still lived in them, struggling, working, whatever. Rival gangs were protectors of the community. They were heroes of the community. They helped people. But this reaches a crescendo where vendettas will be taken out. I'm being very vague because I don't want to ruin it. And also I can't pronounce most of the names. But the final boss battle, so to speak, of this film is amazing. I highly recommend it. There's even an actor named Philip Ing in the movie. In relation, Alan?
Oh yeah, he's my cousin.
Perfect. But Sammo Hung is in it, and he is great. He plays Mr. Big. He's really good. But overall, love this movie. I'm a bit disappointed in you, Alan, that you haven't gone out of your way to see it. Just look at the trailer. It is in theaters and in limited release. Check it out. I love it. It's the movie I recommend to see in theaters this weekend.
All right. Well, you sold me. I'm gonna not see Dee this weekend, and I'm gonna see Twilight of the Warriors Walled In. You sold me.
No, you should see. Oh, and your daughter will love it. It's action. It's
Love
hard.
this one or Dee?
Both.
Well, okay.
Okay. Mini rant. I see more Asian movies than you.
Yeah. And you've seen more white people movies than me too.
Well, probably.
Congratulations. You win. You win. Good job.
So I do recommend Dee. I recommend Twilight of the Warriors Walled In. And I will, if there are follow-up films in the series, I'll see it. I did like also that it was set in the 80s. Gave it more grounded feel, no cell phones or tech. Just good old fashioned. And it is literally like a fighting video game as a movie. Like, you know, over the top, like Street Fighter, the moves, it gets that ridiculous. The people falling from buildings, the great heights, people flying in, punching someone, and they fly back and smash against the wall. It's awesome. So check out
the wire work is exceptional.
Exceptional wire work.
Okay.
Exceptional. Go see it. It's the one movie I recommend this weekend to go see. See this movie.
Okay, maybe I will go to Regal and see this one if they're showing it. And get your damn popcorn bucket.
Quick comments here. Let's go.
Oh, Razor Burn. Ooh, a karate move. It's not karate. It's kung fu. Heinlein, did Alan skip this one? Yes, but I will make up for it and not see Dee. I'll see this. Rumble, A. Ellis, 24. Is this the new The Raid? Is it the new The Raid?
It's different. It's different, but yeah, it could be put in that category. Time will tell.
All right. And Bill S. Preston, Esquire. I don't see diversity in this poster. Where's the Black Samurai?
This is what I love about Asian cinema. They don't give a fuck about diversity. They don't give two Fs. They don't care. They care about story and characters, and you can relate to these characters.
Yeah,
they're great.
If I'm looking at the cast list, it looks like there's a white guy in it.
In a small, who cares?
Okay, in a small.
So there you go. All right, I'm sorry we have to wrap it up today. We have more films. We'll do a make good. So next week we will plan better.
You'll get a new computer.
You'll get
a new computer.
No, wait. Award This is coming up. I want to remind people, and when tickets go on sale for Award This, I have so many announcements. Award This is our annual award show. You can, any movie that gets reviewed on Film Threat and is available commercially is eligible to be nominated for Award This. It's Film Threat's annual award show. I know that award shows are BS. They're BS. They all are. So why not do our own award show where we acknowledge the smaller micro budget, small indie movies? That's what we do. Go to awardthis.com for information. Check out the eligibility requirements. And if you're watching this, guess what? You can go to the show. It's the only award show you can get tickets for. So go to awardthis.com, get all the information, and there you are. I want to get in a quick plug. Oh, also, I'm doing a panel and a meetup at DragonCon. Do we have a banner for that?
No.
I guess we don't. I guess we don't, but it doesn't matter. Gore on horror. I'll be there at Dragon Con with comedian Shane Mackey. That's Friday, August 30th at 4 p.m. at the Westin Peachtree 1 and 2. Come to the panel. After there's a film threat meetup, I will be there. So there we go. Yeah. All right. That wraps it up. We will do a catch up on reviews that we didn't get to on Wednesday. Skincare and Good Bad Things, which Alan will have seen by then. Right, Alan?
Well,
What do you have coming up this weekend, Alan?
This weekend, I'm seeing movies this weekend. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'll be at Holly Shorts tomorrow for their final night.
Should I meet you?
I'll be seeing the winning films of the week at the Chinese Theater tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow evening.
Well, it seems rare that you're doing something related to anything Chinese, since I seem to do it more than you.
Fuck Disney.
Why would you say that to me?
I don't know. And by the way, next week's movies look incredible. The Crow. Let's out fucking Crow. The effing Crow is coming out next week.
Yeah. With The Crow. So it's a mid-alien movie and then The Crow. I think the next thing that's going to be good is Joker 2.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that one at least. My Dixie Wrecked.
Great, Alan.
Yeah, but not from Caligula.
Okay, have fun at Holly Shorts. I am. What am I doing this weekend? I'm going to the movies.
You're going to Lucha Vavoom, and then you're going.
I'm going to Lucha Vavoom with Derek Anderson. He's never been. You know who's never been? Paulie from Latino Slant has never been to Lucha Vavoom.
Yes.
I'm more Asian than you, and I'm more Latino than Paulie.
Yes,
I'm
you're more Latina than Paulie.
I'm more Latino. Where's Lucha Vavoom? Here it is. This is what I'm going to. I'm going to show it to you. If anyone, tickets are still available. Look at this.
Yeah, I feel like Paulie.
Look at that. I can't wait. Lucha Vavoom. Just Google it. Get tickets. I got ringside seats. It's burlesque dancing, Mexican wrestlers, luchadors.
Where is it? Where is it at?
It's at the Mayan Theater. Check this out. Dude, it is so fun. Dante and I usually go. Dante's sick. Dante is sick.
Yeah. Well, I have a feeling that Paulie doesn't go for the same reason I don't go.
Right. Well, all I can say is I would. Hey, Alan, I would take you, but I don't know.
I'm not allowed to go. I couldn't even go to the Batman one. I asked, and it was like, hell no.
But it's Batman. All right, I'm gonna be on FNT later today, so check me out. I'll be exhausted, but I'll be there. And Alan will be no improv this weekend.
No, Holly Shorts. I'll be on
Holly Shorts. All right. Well, it's been fun. I want to thank our mods. Want to thank look, Alan, $2 from Jay. Thank you.
Hey, Jay.
Appreciate that. Appreciate all the supers, the activity in the chat. The chat's always on fire. Want to thanks to our mod today, Lord Thoth. No Paulie. I guess he's too busy not going to Lucha. Want to thank Atomic Lori, who tolerates all my rants. She tolerates them.
Yeah, she's a very patient person.
That's why I love her. She tolerates me. I want to thank you out there. I want to thank you, Alan, for being, I don't know, for bumping foreheads. The bumping forehead thing, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. Am I bumping your forehead?
Yeah, thank you, Chris. Thank you. It's
all right. All right, Alan. What do you wait. What do you have to say?
Let's get out of here.